Hi, this is Mark Knobler with Mid-Minnesota Sports, and we have Kady Buschette, who is now the head girls tennis coach here at Sauk Center. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Let's talk about girls tennis here and start out with, first of all, what is your background?
I have played tennis for about 8 or 9 years. I started when I was in 5th grade, and I taught summer rec starting when I was going into my sophomore year of high school. So about 5 or 6 years I've been helping out with the program, and this year I was coaching again, and last year I helped out with the regular season, the varsity team, and I'd come to their practices and go to a lot of their meets. So I've just been around the girls for quite a while.
And you are a former Main Streeter. When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2012 and played varsity tennis from 9th grade to 12th grade.
Well, I guess it's obvious that you're pretty young, aren't you?
I am 20.
Okay.
I will be 21 this fall, so
All right.
pretty young.
All right, and well, give us the process here on how you became the head coach then, and who was your coach through the high school years too?
Well, I had Mr. Jarvie for my varsity, and I had Mr. Rasmussen as my junior high coach, and he will still be coaching that. But how I came upon it was interesting because I have a younger brother who just graduated high school, and he texted me one day when I was sitting in class asking if I'd be interested in the position. And so I came in and I met with Mr. Fisher, and he said he's been putting in the paper and nobody applied, and asked me if I would be willing to go through the coaching certification process. So I guess my younger brother kind of brought it up to me to get my job.
Let's talk about, I want to get right into it with girls tennis. It's played in the fall, and obviously you have competition as far as getting athletes to come out. You've got volleyball, cross country, swimming. Let's start with you. How did you get interested in playing tennis?
Well, I was a swimmer before, and the pool got shut down, so I thought I'd try tennis just to try it for summer rec, and I ended up really liking it. It was outdoors, and I really just wanted to be somewhere warm where the pool was kind of cold, so I couldn't do the swimming. And from there, it clicked for me. And I know it's hard with the volleyball seasons that they've been so successful to keep kids on the courts and not drift towards volleyball all the time, or cross-country numbers are picking up, and swimming team, Coach Schreiner does a wonderful job with those girls. So it's just, you want to make practices fun, you want to make this team build up on their numbers as well so they can come out.
And what kind of numbers are you looking at for this season?
We're looking at about 4 to 6 seniors, and then about 5 to 7 juniors, and about 4 sophomores, and one freshman.
Is tennis a type of thing? Do you do things in the summer as far as clinics and camps and things like that to get people interested?
We do the summer rec program, and then we also encourage kids to go to the ALEC camps. There's a Parker's Prairie coach actually is one of them that runs it, and they do a wonderful job with their clinics, and they run for 2 weeks' time throughout the summer. And we have about 5 girls that will go there every summer for at least 1 to 3 of the clinics, and they do those. And Chad Schmeezing is the New London coach, and he sends a form for the New London Water Days, so they do the tournaments there and in Minnewaska.
As you mentioned some of the other programs, let me ask you this. What is the state of tennis these days as far as other programs that you compete against and comparing Sauk Center to them?
I think with all the teams, we see the problem with you graduate a large class, and when you only have 10 varsity spots, you see your starting squad kind of drift off, and now you have to fill all those roles. And we have about 4 or 5 spots to fill from last year, and other teams are seeing that too. I know Osakis was having to fill, and Melrose was having a rebuilding year last year, so it's just everyone's trying to move their younger kids up, and I know Osakis is doing a lot of the camps too. So.
As you coach some of these girls, what about being a coach? What do you work on with them? What are some of the things that you see that they need to improve on?
I see a lot with these girls that more of their doubles, they want to find that cohesive partner, someone they work well with and get them with them right away. A lot of, just in general, their shots, I want to see a lot more down the lines or more spins, see them mix it up more on the courts. More so that, and then work on serves later on. Have
You know-
a strong second serve.
Okay, and that's the physical part of the game. But as I watched some tennis last year, and not to single anybody out, but I have one girl in mind of to where it's the mental aspect, isn't it?
Yes. That's a lot of girls, they don't realize that. And doubles, I work with them on with their partner. If one's having a rough night, you got to pick that person up. You have to encourage each other. You have to work well, communicate. Singles, it's tough. I played singles, and you're the only one out there, and you have to pick yourself up. And my job is on a changeover, go over there and reassure them that, hey, you can make that shot. So don't sit there and stew over that one bad shot you might have had, and just try to focus on the next shot you will have.
Not only with your team, but I suppose you see that in the opponent as well,
Yeah.
and maybe play on that. But again, the mental side of this is that, maybe you messed up something, but you have to let it go, don't you?
Yeah, you have to forget it and just keep going. You can't sit there and, the score should have been 30 love, but now it's 15-15 because I made the error. You want to be able to, all right, I can get the next point.
Do you find that comes with maturity too? Each year the girl gets older, maybe a little more capable of doing that?
Yeah, and you see when they get older, they play older girls, they realize that, I made a lot of errors today, but she was also a senior, she's had more experience. Just, they see when those shots are going to come.
So let me ask you, what is the Sox Center team going to be like this year?
It's going to be intense. I've been actually mixing up the doubles teams and trying to figure out who would I like to match them up, and who would I want to put at 1 or 2 or 3 and try to organize them. And I have a pretty good idea. I have a rough sketch of a lineup, and we'll continue to do challenge matches and line them up, but they're going to be competitive.
Do you feel, and again, you're only 2 years removed here from high school yourself, but yet, though, just listening to you, you understand what's going on, and do you feel that you'll have the respect from the girls and they'll listen to you and follow you along?
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because a lot of the girls, they enjoy when I have something to tell them, like their feedback, because they know I was just in their position, and they know kind of how they feel. And for singles especially, I played doubles my senior year for part of it, but singles, I know more of the strategy to help them when they're sitting there, I keep hitting it back to the middle. How do I do this? And they don't always need me to tell them what they're doing wrong. They come to me and ask me, like, how do I get a stronger second serve, or how do I hit more drop shots? So it's nice that they're intuitive and want to, hey, can you help me with this? Or they'll call me at night. Would you mind helping me with just my grip on a second serve?
Well, I guess with anything, it's communication, right? You have to leave that open.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they know they can call me whenever they want if they need something. This summer has been really great to help those kids. We've had pretty rough schedules for the kids to all be at the practice at the same time, but the smaller numbers allowed for more one-on-one practice and more hands-on. I can help you guys all for longer periods of time.
All right. Well, again, congratulations as to being the head coach here for the Sox Center Girls Tennis, and I can tell you're anxious to get going. When do you get going?
We actually begin August 11th is our first practice at 7:30 in the morning, so bright and early.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Kady Buschette, who is the new girls tennis coach here for Sox Center.